Today's video, 34 fascinating cultural differences between the U.S. and France.
Yeah, and I don't know why I started waving in the beginning.
That's what I do
I know.
on our other channel.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know what to do.
I go like that.
Yeah, so this is from a channel called Les Frenchies, and Les Frenchies. I don't know any French really.
No,
but I do know Les, L-E-S is Les, just like Les Miserables.
Right.
So I do know that. But
yeah, and I feel like we've done a video from them before, but for food.
yes.
We've done French food.
Yeah.
So these are our neighbors. We live here in Spain.
Yes.
We've been here for the last 2 years and have not made our way over into France yet.
We have not.
Yeah, our boys are going.
Yeah.
In
our youngest
the next,
son.
Our youngest son, maybe our oldest, who knows? But they're just going for a 3-day weekend.
Yeah. Probably next month.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be able to tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
Firsthand experience.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be a good video here. Before we get going, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's dive into it. Let's see what we got.
Okay.
There are a lot of things that are really similar between the U.S. and France, but there are a lot that are very different too, especially in day-to-day living. In our 3 years living here, we've learned about a bunch of them, especially from making faux pas. So in this video, we'll share 34 differences so you'll know what to expect.
I got a soft spot for food.
Yeah, you do.
I do. Because I was like, oh, that looks amazing.
I know.
I think it was a hamburger.
And it was just
For
a
making
hamburger.
faux pas.
Yeah.
But they probably
So in
make
this
their
video-
hamburgers amazing.
Yes. Wow, look at that. Ooh, that looks so good.
Yeah, and a nice comes with a salad.
So we'll share 34 differences so you'll know what to expect when you're shopping, eating
Yeah, you got to eat a hamburger with a fork and knife.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice
There,
that.
yeah.
That's true.
out, or things in hotels and rental apartments, so you won't be surprised or make embarrassing mistakes while you're here.
Thank you.
Allez, on y va.
Allez.
Let's start with some differences around the home. Whether you're staying in a hotel or a rental apartment in France, you're going to notice some things that are typical for the French that may seem weird for people who are visiting. For instance, homes in France are generally much smaller than the U.S. The rooms are smaller and there's less of them. And if you're staying in an apartment rental, don't expect a lot of room, because when French people visit our home, they often comment on how big our kitchen is. In the beginning, I would just laugh because our kitchen is about the size of my old walk-in closet.
I mean,
mean-
that's a if that's their kitchen, that's a beautiful kitchen.
That's a nice kitchen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, I don't
really,
know if it's like gigantic,
Yeah.
but it's really pretty.
I think you only be able to get 2 people in there once.
Yeah, we've stayed in a bunch of places out here in Spain,
Right.
considered Europe. And some places have been small.
Yeah.
But then like the place we're in right now, the kitchen's pretty big.
Yeah, it's nice size right now.
So it does vary.
Yeah, it varies.
But
But that's still a nice kitchen. I'll take that kitchen.
yeah, it's a nice kitchen. I mean, 2 people can get around.
Yeah.
But here, that's
Besides, I do all the cooking, so you don't have to
No,
worry.
you don't. No, you don't. Why you lie to the people?
What?
just a luxury.
Paris has vacation homes just like in the U.S. But if you're planning on using Airbnb, you need to know that the rules that apply in the U.S. are way different here in Paris and in France. The Airbnb hosts are governed by a whole different set of rules than American hosts. For instance, the number of days they are allowed to rent a unit out per year is limited to 120 days. They often do whatever they want and fly under the radar. But if they have neighbors reporting them, they may cancel on you to avoid paying a penalty for going over the limit. We've also heard some horror stories about the conditions of units or hosts not being responsive. If you are looking to rent a vacation home in France, check out more business-oriented systems like VRBO and Booking.com.
While it's not uncommon,
Really? More than Airbnb?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's good to know. I did not know that.
Yeah, we didn't know that. We've never experienced that. Not in Spain.
Well, yeah, but-
and I don't know if
But they're saying it's specific to France
right,
because of the limit of days they have in a year.
right.
You got to tell our son that.
Yeah, because he was thinking Airbnb.
Yeah.
Business-oriented systems like VRBO and Booking.com.
while it's not uncommon to find hotels and apartments in Paris that have elevators, it is common that those elevators don't work. The view from the top floor may be very nice, but you have to ask yourself how much luggage you have and if it's worth bringing all of those bags up the stairs. because there's a possibility that the elevator in your hotel may be out of order.
And then there is the air conditioning. In the US, it would be very unusual to rent or book a place without AC. But in France, a place with air conditioning is a rare and a luxury that very few places have. We don't have AC in our home, and we've learned to live without it. The good news is it can be very hot during hot summer days, but it usually cools off at night. And altogether, we may have 2 weeks combined where we really wish we had AC. The rest of
that sounds typical.
That is typical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Europe.
For Europe, even in Andalusia, the south of Spain, there's places that don't. Or like in our place, there's it's only in select rooms,
Right.
and then we just have to figure it out.
Yeah, and it's about 1,000 degrees out here. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
the time in France,
It's just the way it
perfectly
is.
fine without AC.
Unless you're staying in an apartment or a hotel that caters to American tourists, chances are you're not going to find a top sheet on your bed. The French use a bottom sheet and a duvet or comforter. The duvet cover is removed and washed the way you would wash a top sheet when you change the bed. But whether it's winter or summer, you're going to have a comforter style thing for your top sheet. The good news is that other than brief periods in the summer, the nights are generally pretty cool. And on another note, you're probably going to have a big square pillow. The French don't use the kind of rectangular pillows that most Americans are used to. That's just how it is.
Now in France, there is a difference between a bathroom and a toilet. Bathrooms are for bathing, and toilets are for, well, you know. Now, unless you are in a really high-end spot, don't expect to find a toilet in the bathroom. The bathroom will generally just have a shower and a sink. And it's not common to have a bathtub. And it's pretty common for your shower not to have a door or a curtain. This one still baffles me. It may be somehow connected to handheld shower heads and water conservation, I don't know. But don't be surprised if you don't have a door or a curtain on your shower.
That's cool. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. No, I mean,
As long as there's a door on it, on the whole bathroom.
the whole bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have our bathroom is odd. It has a tub. So, but this is our first place that had a tub.
Yeah.
But the
Nozzle.
shower head, the nozzle and everything is in the middle.
Yeah. In the middle of the tub.
So if you're looking at the tub, it's on the wall in the middle.
Yeah.
and
And the
it's
spout
just-
is in the middle, and it's just,
Yeah, as
Weird.
opposed to being on the ends
yeah.
where they typically are. At least that's where they typically are in
Yeah,
most places.
I've never seen one in the middle of the tub.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's a
weird.
little weird.
If you're staying in a rental apartment in Paris or another big city in France, you may find some things that surprise you in the kitchen, like a washing machine for your laundry, or a tiny dorm-sized refrigerator and no freezer. When we rented our home, it never occurred to me to ask if there was a refrigerator in the kitchen. I just assumed that we would have a
Gotta
full-size fridge. Back in Florida, we had a full-size refrigerator and freezer in both the kitchen and the garage. So of course, when we moved to France, we bought a small refrigerator freezer to put in the basement. And oddly enough, we rarely use it because we visit the local markets and buy fresh food and items on a regular basis. That's
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't need. It's different out here.
Yeah,
Because in the U.S. we go to the grocery store one time, like for
right.
a week.
Right.
And you try to get enough for a week, sometimes more. You go to Costco, you buy
you go to
bulk, you do all
Costco.
that.
Yeah.
Where out here you don't need. I mean, usually the grocery store or farmer's market is right in walking distance. You can get there pretty easy.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that is really cool. It's kind of cool how we've adjusted to going. I don't know. I don't think we go maybe every other day
yeah,
to the grocery store.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
it's just because we forgot something or I just get enough
Yeah.
for just a few days and
Right.
then we just go back.
Right.
And a lot of times, even if I have enough, we still go back for something else.
Well, plus one thing I have noticed is that the fruit don't last as long as
It
out
does
here.
not last. No.
So if you buy some bananas, you got like 2, maybe 3 days to eat
right.
it.
That's true. So
Yeah.
like the berries I got, we're gonna have to go back probably not tomorrow, but the next day. The bananas we'll probably have to go back the next day. You
Mhm.
know, I have it. So it's just stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool,
Yeah.
and it's something that I guess because they are talking to Americans, so Americans do need to hear this. I feel like we don't need to hear this anymore
Yeah, no,
because like
We're experts.
it's like we already know all this.
Yeah, we're like European. We're
But-
going there. We're working towards that.
Oh, what?
Being Europeans.
Being officially?
Yes, Europeans.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. We still have to get rid of that passport, but
Yes.
we'll figure it out.
Because we visit the local markets and buy fresh food and items on a regular basis. That's just the local lifestyle. The next differences are all about shopping. Grocery shopping in France happens different than the US too, like what you buy, where you buy it, even where you find things in the store. Although there are stores like Costco in France, the French don't generally stock up or fill their pantries in the way that Americans do. They shop more frequently and buy less on a regular basis. The focus is on quality and freshness, and we shop for specific meals.
Since moving to France, going to the grocery store is not something that we do often. We go there if we need things like laundry soap, toilet paper, or shampoo. But for regular shopping, we go to the local marché and visit our favorite vendors for produce, charcuterie, eggs, and cheese. They also have vendors that sell clothing or household goods and seasonal products. You'll find these markets twice and sometimes 3 times per week in towns all over France. In Paris, there are markets like this, and they are open every day, like the one in Aligre.
Now, a cavist is not just a regular wine snob. They are sommeliers who know and love wine, and they're likely to have relationships with many small family-owned vineyards, and they can recommend some extraordinary wines at reasonable prices. And not to mention that most of them will sell full or half bottles and are quick to chill them for your picnics.
Another place to stop
Wow.
Dang, that's amazing.
Nice.
Bottles and are quick to chill them for your picnics.
Another place to shop in Paris is to go to a specialty store that you will see all over the place. Boulangerie, fromagerie, chocolatier, pâtisseries, and cavist. These are stores that specialize in something particular. And it doesn't mean that they're expensive gourmet stores. It means that they are owned and operated by people who are professionals in that industry. Before moving here, we would thought to go to a bakery or boulangerie to buy macaron. But you'll actually find the best macaron in artisanal chocolate shops. It is worth noting here that when you're looking for top quality croissant or cheese, you should look for the word artisanal. This is an actual distinction in France regarding products that are made by hand and are not industrially produced. It refers to the level of skills or training of the producer, and you can expect that they use locally sourced fresh ingredients. When given a choice, choose the artisanal one. It's not just a marketing term in France.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, and it seems like it applies to everything, not just food.
Okay. Yeah. Like any kind of product.
Yeah, so it's
Well-
like things that are handmade or
Uh-huh.
homemade.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
Spain has the kind of the same thing where they have it's all broken down and there's specialty panaderias
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
like
Fruterias,
frutarias.
paniterias, like for
Yeah.
like
Yeah. and
meat.
they have those jamon
Yeah.
stores that are just specifically for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool. It is completely different from the
Yeah.
US.
Yeah.
US, when you see a price in the store, you're used to adding a little bit on top of the price to figure out
Oh,
what is the
right.
real amount, including taxes. But here in France, you don't have to do that. For sure, it says
Yeah.
it's 50 euros. It's 50 euros out the door.
That's nice.
true in shops, but also in restaurants. In fact, even the service in a restaurant is
Cute.
already included in the price on the menu. Of course, your server will appreciate if you leave something extra, but you don't have to. Most French people just round up the bill or leave a euro or two on the table.
In the US, you probably wouldn't think to buy just one stalk of celery or only 2 eggs when you go grocery shopping. But here in France, people do it all the time. I remember the first time I heard an older woman ask for a piece of bread this big in a boulangerie. The baker took out a knife and cut the piece. There's a mindset here of not wasting food or money, so you can just get what you need. And I love that I can go into a chocolate shop and just buy 2 pieces of chocolate if that's all I want.
If you're gonna
I know at our last place that we lived, we could see the grocery store from where we lived,
Uh-huh.
or at least the entrance.
Yeah.
So I like people watching. So, but I remember
Yes.
seeing this one lady that went every day to the grocery store.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Like every day she went to the grocery store.
yeah.
So she probably just bought stuff for today.
Yeah, there was a couple ladies. There was that older lady that did that.
Mm-hmm.
There was a younger girl that did that.
Oh,
There was a lot.
yeah, it was a lot.
That was like a thing.
Yeah, you go all the time.
Yeah, and I'm sure they just if you're doing that, obviously you're not buying that much. You're buying what's necessary.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot less waste. That's good.
Yeah.
Not wasting food or money, so you can just get what you need.
Yeah.
And I love that I can go into a chocolate shop and just buy 2 pieces of chocolate if that's all I want.
That's
If
cool.
you're going to spend some time in Paris, make sure to check out our Paris travel guides. We have one which is a bundle of 7 of our top guides, or you can buy them individually. There's a link in the description. Check it out and see if it's for you.
Okay.
Next is inside of a grocery store, you may not find the items you're looking for where you would expect them to be. For instance, milk and eggs are not in the dairy section. They are with the dry goods. American foods are in the international section. And don't be surprised to find a whole row of just cheese or just yogurts. Those sections are huge. And you'll find a row of hard liquor in addition to beer and wine in a regular grocery store. You'll find shampoo and hygiene or makeup stuff in a grocery store, but you won't find aspirin or Alka-Seltzer type of things. Medicine and health-related things are only in a pharmacy. By the way, you won't find flip-flops or Cheetos in a pharmacy either. A pharmacy is just for health-related items.
The U.S.
I guess the thing that surprised me about that is I didn't realize. I understand cheese, there being a aisle for cheese or row, but for yogurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. They probably got some really good yogurts there.
I know.
Yeah.
Because that's not here necessarily. It's not a whole row.
Right.
So that must be with France.
Yeah.
And the pharmacy thing, I think for a lot of Americans, that probably takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
I think, I finally got used to it, but it's been like 2 years. But I was yearning for like, oh man, I just want to go and get it on my own and not have to ask and just, or whatever, especially because we had a language barrier.
That's the biggest reason, I think.
Yeah. So, but then it becomes the upside to it. It's nice to actually ask the pharmacist, I have a chest cold. And we've done that.
Yeah.
I've asked her, we've had a lot of acid reflux or this or that, and you tell them and they know, they're like, oh,
yeah.
And then they go get you something,
exactly.
or they tell you this one's better than this one.
Right.
And, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that.
Yeah. You can do that in the US, but you're less likely to, because you just kind of search on your own and then take off and buy it.
Yeah.
Or Cheetos in a pharmacy either. A pharmacy is just for health-related items.
The U.S. is full of shopping malls and strip malls, but France is full of small boutiques and family-owned businesses. And the charm of those shops is part of what makes walking through the streets of Paris so delightful. For the most part, the national international chain stores will be in touristic areas or inside a train station. But do yourself a favor and go window shopping down the streets of Paris.
So does that mean there's no malls there?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, because even though we have those small stores like that, there's still like a big mall here.
That's true.
In Granada and Malaga.
Yeah. The Granada one is relatively new too, though.
Right. Oh,
So
and
before that,
there's also one at the train station in Granada. Yeah. Maria Zambrano. That is
in Malaga?
Yeah, Malaga.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
In the U.S., stores advertise sales all the time. It seems like every holiday has a sale. But in France, sales in stores are regulated. A shop just can't decide to discount their stuff. Sales happen twice a year, in January and in June. So other than these 2 months out of the year, don't expect to see big sales in Paris or around France.
Oh.
Another thing that's different
Well,
is
actually,
all
there's regalas. There's sales right now in
Rebajas.
rebajas. Yeah, there you go. I think I said gifts.
Yeah.
There's sales going on right now here in Spain. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess that's
true.
different. We are talking about. We're comparing. We're more comparing
That's true.
Spain to
That's
France.
true. I just realized that. that. Yeah.
Oops. Okay. Never mind.
That's funny. We don't even know about America no more.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't expect to see big sales in Paris or
Oh my
around
God.
France.
Another thing that's different is all over France, you're going to find stores called épiceries. These are gourmet shops selling specialty items from various regions of France. These are foodies' delight, and they are full of amazing souvenirs to take home and relive your Paris adventure.
Now let's look at some differences about transportation. In the U.S., it's common to find multiple cars in the driveway of a family home, but it's not like that here in France. With the kind of public transportation available, many families don't even own a car. They walk or bike or use buses and use metros or trains to get just about anywhere.
In the US, getting an Uber is simple and effective. Now, you may have the same experience here in France, but not necessarily. We've had it happen when we ordered a ride and there aren't drivers that picked it up. It has also happened that the ride was picked up by a driver and then they cancel right before they arrive. In our experience, Uber is not nearly as reliable in France as it is in the US. On top of that, Ubers are not allowed to drive in the bus lanes the way taxis are. And that makes a big difference during peak hours. The closest alternative is the G7 taxi app, which works just like ordering and paying for an Uber. It's just a pre-qualified taxi and you have the benefits that they drive in the bus lane.
In the U.S.,
That's
I never
good to know.
really think about taking...
Oops, sorry. I'm just writing that down for the boys when they go.
Yeah, G7.
Yeah,
tax.
and not to trust the or rely on the Ubers.
Yeah,
Okay, good to know.
That's good. So we've learned so far that there's a yogurt aisle. We've learned that you don't use Airbnb.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And we've learned about taxis instead of Ubers.
Yeah, the G7 is what they recommend.
I mean, we've learned other things too, but those are the things that
okay
are useful right off the bat.
Yeah,
especially the yogurt aisle.
Why is that useful?
A bus. It's like the option of last resort. But here in France, the bus system is quite efficient, clean, affordable, and it's a great way to see the sights while you're riding around Paris.
In the US, we have a car culture and a car mentality. I remember driving just a few minutes to get to the grocery store. But with many people living in the suburbs, you kind of have to drive to get places. Paris, on the other hand, is quite walkable. Hotels and apartments are right in town mixed together with shops, restaurants, and attractions. You're not gonna need a car here.
The next items are about food and eating.
Something that is funny here in France is the thing that they eat with a fork and the thing that they eat with their fingers. In France, we've seen people using a fork to eat things like French fries, sandwiches, and barbecue ribs. Even our once all-American son has started eating hamburgers on a bun with a knife and fork.
There are some things on a French menu that will look a little bit bizarre to an American, like omelets and waffles aren't breakfast foods. Here, omelets are a main course for lunch, and waffles are a dessert. And by the way, cheese is also on the dessert menu.
Wait,
what was the dessert?
The omelets are a dessert,
Whoa,
and cheese are a dessert?
Hold on.
Course for lunch, and waffles are a dessert. And by the way, cheese is also on the dessert menu. And salad doesn't come before the meal, it comes after. And those French fries won't come with ketchup. They're gonna come with mayonnaise. And you'll eat them with a fork.
In the US, it is not uncommon to make special requests when ordering food in a restaurant, like hold the onions or please use soy milk. But in France, restaurants are not used to having locals make these kinds of requests. Of course, they take allergies very seriously, but they just aren't in the habit of changing their chef's creation unless absolutely necessary. When dining out, the French trust that the chef knows best, how they prepare an excellent meal, and how they submit to enjoying what the chef prepares. If you are nervous about trying something, or are traveling with a picky eater, check out our video on the top iconic French dishes and what's in them. And don't be afraid to ask your waiter as well. Use Google Translate if they don't speak English.
In the US,
Does that happen out here? Where we shouldn't make changes? I feel like out here, it's more like locals know what they want. Like you never look at a menu.
Yeah, you never look at a menu.
You just better know what you want.
Yeah, the waiters just come up to you and like, dígame. Well, like, talk to me, and you're like,
Yeah, you better know what you want.
Yeah, you better know what you want.
Yeah.
But I mean, I asked specifically for like, sin lactosa,
Right.
those kind of things. Every once in a while, if I see that they have oat milk, I'll ask for that. I may say without onions. We try not to be annoying like that, so we purposely don't change the menu.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's good as it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just try not to be annoying.
Plus the culture out here is you just say what you want. So if you want like a
Right.
tostada with some, cheese and ham and
Yeah.
butter on it, you just say that.
You just say exactly that.
Yeah. And that's what they give you.
Yeah. But, maybe France is different. They take their food
Yeah.
a little bit more serious.
Good to know. This is a great video.
Mhm.
You're going to have a waiter come over and offer you a beverage before a meal. But they don't necessarily mean something with alcohol. In France, your meal will start with an apéro, even at lunch. And it's common here to have an adult beverage before the meal and a glass of wine with your lunch. You don't have to drink alcohol, but it would be normal to order a glass of wine or champagne or have some liquor. These beverages aren't an excuse to get drunk during the day. You'll
No.
have them to whet your appetite and enhance your meal. And regardless of the time of day, you will be offered a cup of coffee to complete the meal.
In
Oh,
France,
cool.
meals are a dining experience. There are social events to be enjoyed, to be savored, and they last longer. And you don't
big
have
class.
servers dropping the bill on your table without you requesting it. They expect you to relax and dine. They won't come around asking if everything is okay. If you need something, give the universal signal. But for the most part, they will leave you alone to visit with the people you came to share your meal with.
In the U.S., things are
I love that. I love that. It's like that is a European thing.
Yeah.
It's obviously not just a Spanish thing. It's everywhere. I think
Yeah.
that's super cool.
Yeah. Well, and I think that not having the tip culture helps that.
Mhm.
Because when
Yeah.
there's a tip culture, they want to make sure that you give them a good tip, so they come and bother you every 2,
Yeah.
3 minutes.
And they're rushing you out because
Right,
they'd like to
right.
get someone else in
Right.
there. Yeah.
I do like that. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
They will leave you alone to visit with the people you came to share your meal with.
In the U.S., things are pretty casual. Like, your server might come to your table and say, "Hi, my name is Becky. Can I take your order?" That won't happen in France. And even if the person taking care of you is wearing a name tag, do not refer to them by their first name. Life here is much more formal. Your server is not your friend,
Oh.
and they are providing a professional service. And they'll generally be friendly, but they won't be casual like an American server.
Oh, that's good to know because,
That's good to know.
well, I haven't done it much here, but in the U.S., I always ask the waiter's name.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah. So,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
But yeah, you haven't done it here because you probably wouldn't do it there either because
No.
of the language barrier.
Yeah,
But
yeah. That's true. That's true.
yeah.
Well, it's good to know. Like, just I'm not your friend. I'm just here to give you some
Mhm.
good food.
Mhm. Yeah. They're just
That's
trying to
differences
get their
between-
job done.
Yeah.
Between France and the US is about socializing. In the US, it's very common to get your server or your clerk's attention by saying, "Excuse me," and then lead with your question. Like, for example, "Excuse me, where are the bathroom, please?" But in France, you need to start with bonjour. It's a greeting that establishes a mutual respect and regard between you and the person you are interrupting to get what you want. There have been times when I forgot this rule and quickly regretted it. Bonjour is a way to regard their humanity.
In the U.S.,
Yeah, write that
people
down.
tend to greet
Yeah.
each other with a hug or a handshake.
To regard their humanity.
In the U.S., people tend to greet each other with a hug or a handshake, sometimes even a head nod. But in France, we kiss
Oh,
2
cool.
times.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman, we kiss once on each cheek, unless it's a special occasion. And then we kiss 3 times or more. If you're invited to a party in France,
Okay.
3 times.
I guess so.
1, 2, 3.
You're a special occasion.
Oh, okay. And out here, I did remember thinking that the men don't do that, but I've seen some men do that.
I've seen some.
Yeah.
But
In Spain, I mean.
right.
Mhm.
But I've also seen men handshake.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
and then we kiss 3 times or more. If you're invited to a party in France, plan on staying there for at least 5 hours. That's just how it is. When Antoine's mom would visit us in the U.S., people would stop by for dinner around 7, and we told her they would be gone by 9:30 or 10. She thought we were crazy. Sure
Oh,
enough,
wow.
by 10 p.m., we were either cleaning up or going to bed. If a party in France wraps up more quickly, it would be understood that people were not having a good time.
Another difference is in the US, it's quite normal to arrive at a party at a friend's house with a bottle of wine. But in France, bringing a bottle of wine and giving it to your host as a present would imply that you don't think that they have a good bottle. And how could you know what bottle will go best with what they're serving? In France, don't bring a bottle of wine to your dinner unless explicitly asked. Instead, bring flowers. Another difference is in the US, for example, it's very easy to find a public restroom anywhere. But that's not true in France. I remember Colleen asking me to stop at a grocery store so she could go. And I told her, I bet you they don't have one. And I was right. Not only they did not have a restroom available, but they looked at her like she was crazy for asking. In Paris, you'll find paid toilets where you have to put a coin to open the door all around the city. Think porta potty with a quarter. You'll also find paid toilets in train station, in some metro station, even inside the shopping malls at Les Halles, takes €1 to get in. Don't expect to pee for free unless you're in a museum or a paying customer in a restaurant or a bar. Even in large department store, you will find a restroom usually next to the cafe if they have one.
And on a related and maybe risque topic, don't be surprised if you see grown men peeing in public. It shocked me the first time I saw that. As an American, I remember thinking, wow, he's lucky a cop didn't catch him doing that. But then I saw a cop doing it. There are literally places all around Paris with outdoor urinals that look like little merry-go-rounds. And I, for one, am thankful that I don't have to use anything like that. In this video, you learned about cultural differences between the US and France. And next, I would watch this video with 10 unspoken rules.
All right.
I better tell the boys too that there's no you have to pay for the public bathrooms for the most part, unless they're at a cafe. But just so they know, they can't just run into a mall or whatever.
Yeah.
You better bring your coins.
Well, we have some bathrooms out here you got to pay for.
At the train station.
Yeah, and I think
one of them.
I think it's good because then you know they're clean and taken care of.
They're so nice.
Yeah. I think that's great.
Yeah. I love those bathrooms. They're the ones that you have to pay for.
Exactly.
But okay, wow, I actually took notes.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
What the heck?
That was a great video.
Yeah, that was great.
I think she had a lot of great stuff to say. They both had a lot of great stuff to say.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now it makes you excited to go over there.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, we're going to have to like go to so many different places.
It's not hard to get to these places.
It's not hard to get there.
No. Just for a weekend. It doesn't have to be long.
Yeah. I think you talked about this last time, how as Americans, we just, I don't know, you don't take trips very often. So they become a big deal that you do like once a year.
I know.
You got to take time off of work. You got to save up a lot of money because you can't just get a bus or, a train from Los Angeles to Las Vegas or something like that.
Right.
So it's a big ordeal. And flights are not cheap. I checked the other day, flights from Austin to Dallas, which is about a 3-hour drive. And it was about $300, $400 just for a little small trip like that. And
reference, it takes it's a half an hour flight, and it was $300 or so. Yeah,
it was
one
crazy.
way. One way, no round trip.
Round trip.
Okay.
Still, that's a lot.
But still,
yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's a lot. So that was a great video.
Yay! Yeah, that was a good one.
Hopefully you liked that video. If you want us to react to your country, then put that in the comments. You could even include a link if you think you have a good video you want us to check out. And we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Before we get going here, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. As always, thanks for stopping by, and we will see you on the next video.
Ciao, ciao.